like this. Truesayer's actually gonna shift back to his meat perception. Truesayer, well, I suppose before that, I'll make another sensing test on her. Let's see here. With 5 or greater hits, we got the presence and location of Deltaware implants, gene treatments, and nanotech, an accurate diagnosis of any disease or toxins which afflict her, the fact that she's a technomancer, the exact essence, magic, and force of the subject, the general cause of any astral signature.
You basically get everything. She recently took Lays, the Elven Mind Wipe drug. And recently, as in just within the past minute. Also,
wiped within the past minute or so.
Also, her right hand is cybernetic. She has an internal comm link and data jack, and they're alphaware.
So yeah, she's been just fed Lays about a minute or so ago. She's just been mind wiped, like the damn shapeshifter just stashed her here. Like he already got whatever he needed out of her. Damn it.
You've been standing in front of this door for at least a minute. I mean, you were here for at least a minute or so.
She probably dosed herself with it. Here, let's open up the last door and make sure we're not going to get hit from the back while we're defending this place.
I'll actually keep my eyes on her. Truesayer is not going to like this. I have to ask, even though she's sort of out of it, I'm actually interested in casting the spell Mind Probe on her, although I know it'll be hampered by the background count. I want to see if I can delve into her brain maybe, and maybe figure out, say for example, the location of the sort of serum or experiment or whatever the hell vial that people are so interested in.
Coyote, send your drone on in there.
In where?
The last unit.
Okay, I send that one in there. Sorry, I didn't know.
Well, it can crawl through quick enough. And reveal basically nothing.
Good.
Yep, looks like we've got a choke point. And are there any exits out the back, or is that the only exit in and out?
That gate is the only exit in and out without going out of the door and over a roof, unless you can blow through a wall.
All right, in that case, Twitch is going to sprint as quickly as possible into this little corner right here.
Exactly sure how possible I don't even know whether my character would know whether he could actually probe her mind given the state that she's in. But I guess he'll try. Rolling at we'll make this a force 3. And let's see here. Yeah, we'll make this a force 3. So maximum of 3 hits here, which will basically curb that down to 3. And the rules for resisting that, because it's one of those detection things, she would know that her brain is being probed if she actually could perceive things, and it's treated as an opposed test versus her willpower plus counterspelling if available, unless she's actually not able to even resist at all given her condition.
No, I think she still gets her willpower.
In that case, she would get her willpower.
Is she supposed to take wounds to that?
Penalties to your resistance tests.
Was that you never take wound penalties to your resistance test?
Yeah, you don't take wound penalties. You do not take them to your In that case, rule 6 then, that curds my hits down.
That wasn't supposed to be rule of 6.
Well, in that case, the amount of hits that I got stands then. I'll go ahead and make my drain resistance test. I rolled it at 3, so I'm looking at resisting 3, which I did. I can find out anything the target consciously knows and view the target's memories. I may probe for 1 piece of information per complex action. First off, I'm looking for information about the serum or the vial thing or the experiment. Like, where is it? Or what is it? Or what details I can get about it? Or, anything that I could quickly capture and jot down so at the very least we would have the completion of the Shadowrun. Stuff like that. And I'll keep going.
First of all, do you have anything that would give you knowledge of lays?
No, I don't think so. I don't know about drugs at all.
Go ahead and give me magical theory. That said, the threshold's going to be at least a 5 for this. It is, I believe it is an awakened drug. Okay, then the one thing you know that's noteworthy here is that it starts from the now and works backwards. So she's probably already lost the first few minutes, the past few minutes. So you're working essentially against time. With each passing moment, you're losing hours at a time of when you can go back to. And looking at the wrong spot does indeed take some time.
I'm not actually sure what you're saying.
Well, okay, so assuming it takes, let's say, 10 seconds to kick in the first, and it says wipes, just for the sake of argument, 10 hours. It won't actually wipe that much, but if it was to, with the first second, it wipes the last hour you had, so you'll remember everything up to an hour ago. With the next second, it wipes the hour before that, and so on and so forth. So whatever happened the last few minutes, maybe up to the last hour, is already gone from her mind. There is literally no way to recover it. And she's going to be losing a few more hours. It's hard to gauge how much of the drug she took.
So obviously I wouldn't know how she got back there or how she even got in here. I could only assume about that.
Unless that happened sometime prior to the past hour or two.
So my character in that case is definitely going to still look for, in that case, where is the information that she was going to sell right now? If that's actually still in her consciously knows or memory section. Like, the vial or experiment she was rumored to be peddling out, and the reason why she was wanted by the Johnson and by the other teams in the first place was because of that. Trusair is prowling through her mind with the mind probe to try to find that piece of information. Where is it now?
The closest you can get to is she had it on her an hour ago. And the drugs work very quickly, so you'll have I'll go ahead and say it takes, let's say, 3 turns to kick in fully, so you'll have 3 questions before it's fully effective.
Onto her up an hour ago. Do I know, how it was being stored on her without asking another question? Like how she was retaining that information upon her?
No.
I
You
say
know that what she was selling, she had on her until an hour ago. That's the extent of the answer to that question.
question is how did she have that information on her? Was it put in her comm link? Was it a potion or a vial or something? How was she
It was
keeping
a
that
vial of drug stored inside her hand.
All right, the vial of drug stored inside her hand. Now, my sensing roll, well, obviously that wouldn't have detected it. I guess the third question would be, I suppose whether she knew or saw if the shapeshifter was working alone here, like was if there was like a toxic shaman involved, or she obviously wouldn't recognize that, but whether it was just the shapeshifter here, or whether there were other people obviously working with him against her.
Well, I'll go ahead and give you a little bit more of a complex answer for that one. The shapeshifter is working alone. He is currently here. She knows what a toxic shaman is, and the shapeshifter's not working with one. And by knows what a toxic shaman is, I mean she knows more than you know.
Does that mean I just learned what a toxic shaman is?
Well, no, I mean, she knows more about magical theory and toxic shamans, how they end up, why they might take these things, the connection between the mindset and the magical effects itself, things like that.
Those 3 questions took me 3 complex actions. That took me 9 seconds alone, so you two are going to have to decide what it is you end up doing during those, as Trusair is busy just staring at.
Yeah, well, can this drone get on top of these boxes? Oh, it's in nothing now. If not, he'll go in front of them.
There's all of the stuff, all the boxes are stacked straight to the ceiling.
Yep, that's all Coyote does, is he's keeping track of what's going on outside on the Optic X, and he's moved these guys. The Doberman has cover behind those boxes, and the Rotodrone is just hovering in space off to the side, kind of.
And Twitch just staying where she is?
Yep. She's going to get into that corner there and poke her Smartlink's gun around the edge of the wall. I figured that's about as close to full cover as I'm going to get.
Then everyone can go ahead and roll initiative.
Seven hits on 8 dice. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, Coyote goes first.
Oh, goody. Basically, yes, he'll run up to here if he can get that far, and from there he's just ordering his drones to shoot anything that comes through the door, pretty much. Treat anything coming through the door as hostile.
Yeah, you've got 20 meters. I think that was within 20 meters.
All right. If not, he'd just be back here. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Truth there?
Okay. Simple action, I guess, to observe her in Karina in detail. In particular, I want to try to see whether her hand has actually been tampered with, because if the information about the thing that so many people are after was actually in her hand, Trusayer wants to know whether, you know, it appears as if her cyber hand has been actually damaged and it was actually ripped out of there or in some other way tampered with. I'll go ahead and make that check. My eyes are back.
Your eyes are back, and your eyes see that her hand has not been tampered with at all.
In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and take a free action to call out to the guys to the comm link. Say, the data is stored in her hand, and it looks like she still has it in there. And as for my simple action, I'm shit. I don't know what the hell is sort of like taking cover. I guess you don't actually use actions to move in this game. I guess what the hell's my normal move speed? Jesus, I don't even remember.
10.
Okay. Normal move speed is 10, and that would be 10 divided over my 2 action phases, so that'd be
Just
like
go
5.
go ahead and take the whole thing at the start.
Okay, I'll go ahead and drag myself over to here. That's going to be an awkward position, just so I want to make it so that I can actually, you know, poke my head out and see the door. Trying to make it so that when I select my token, I can actually see out there in the hallway. Otherwise it gets a... Come on. Damn it. I just completely vanished now. I put myself in the right spot where I can't even see me.
There's a little bit...
There we go. There we go.
If you look there, you can see there's a little bit of wall that juts out.
Okay. Okay. That will be sufficient. And that's good. Basically, you know, just to put myself to a position where I have the cover there. Well, and maybe a simple action to... does the door open inward or outward?
They're garage-style stores.
Okay.
They roll up.
They roll up. Alright. I don't need to see that much. Now that I've walked, a free action is to... I'll actually convert my... You can convert a simple action to a free action?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to use my my simple action to convert to a free action. I'm going to drop prone.
Okay, set the state.
I will attempt to find the prone state. There you are. And with that will be the end of my first initiative pass.
Twitch.
Twitch is going to, well, I suppose I can't take aim at whatever's coming through the door until I see it, right?
Nope, but you can hold your action to shoot anything that passes through the door, and you basically get auto first shot.
Alright, I'll hold my action to shoot anything that looks hostile passing through that door.
Anything else?
No, I don't really have anything else to do.
Also, if you click on your token, you'll see that you can't actually see the door from where you are.
Right, but I do have a smart gun that I can poke around the corner.
Ah, okay.
Oh, actually, You know, I will activate my chameleon suit to try and hide in that little position right there. Take anyone who comes in by surprise. Should I roll an infiltration check just to see how well I'm in there, or should I roll that as
Yeah,
it comes
go ahead
up?
and roll the infiltration check now.
All right, and obviously anyone who wants to would take a -4 to see me. Beautiful.
Bunny Dude gets initiative, and, well, you don't see what his action is. Doberman is... Your drones are just sitting there waiting to shoot, right?
Yeah, they're basically, anything comes through the door, they're shooting the heck out of it, pretty much. That was a glitch, by the way, when I rolled initiative on the rotodrone.
Ah, then it just loses 1 IP for the next action. It shouldn't matter too much. First round will basically just be getting into order. Yep, I see that. Which drone is that sees it first?
Looks...
The roto drone.
The drone for that looks like it's the Doberman. Does everyone else kind of agree with that? Looks like
The roto
Doberman.
drone sees it first. It passed through the roto drone's vision. The roto drone gets one shot at, well, whichever of the targets you want. Bunny Dude, either of the two guys, or the car itself.
Yeah. I think it's actually the Doberman.
He's first, because the roto drone sees the vehicle whenever it drives through this cone. Before it even reaches here.
Okay, I didn't see the first one. Okay, that's fine.
I put it where it ended its movement. The roto drone sees it, gets a shot, and it keps driving. I mean,
Gotcha.
blow the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see him. No, I mean, he's going to probably go, the rotodrone is going to shoot at the driver.
That's a minus... Okay, that's just a +3 penalty to defense because of the defender being inside a moving vehicle.
And what's the gun type?
The gun type it's an SMG. Let me see the exact, I think it's the...
You're at long range, which is a -3.
All right, so it's a -6. All right.
Minus...
Just a -3 for you because of the shooting. That's a +3 to their defense. Don't subtract that from yours.
Okay.
Plus, remember to take into account any kind of burst fire things you're using like that, and tell me whether it's minus to their defense or plus to your damage, right?
Or a minus to their defense dice.
Oh goodness! If anyone knows, what I'm going to do is burst fire with this HK227X, and so it's damage.
Burst fire is perfectly fine. That's a simple action on the gun. You can choose to make it a narrow burst, which increases the damage value by 2. So it would go from 5 to 7 base, plus whatever extra hits you'd get. Alternatively, you could decrease the defender's dice pool by 2. So instead of a +3 defense for being inside a moving vehicle, they'd only get a +1. Assume 3 bullets to do that. So if you want to actually fire a bigger burst, if the HK227X can, which I think it can, you could fire like a long burst as a simple action.
All right, I'll do that then. I wasn't sure. I don't have the
Go ahead, click the drone, and then click shoot, and pick which type of burst you want to use, and it should give you the details of what it does, and automatically subtract the bullets from its gun.
Best you can do as your simple action is the long burst, which you'll see whenever you select it. The HK227X can do it.
Right. Yeah, you got 2 choices, narrow and wide long burst. I'll just do narrow.
Narrow increases damage, wide decreases their dodge.
All right, then wide it is.
Your dice pool is whatever its attack value is, and of course, if it doesn't have enough recoil compensation, then it loses that in its dice pool too.
Drones don't worry about recoil comp.
Right.
Fuck me, yeah, that's nice.
It is. It's also why all drone weapons have to be approved by GM, because they can be broken.
There you go.
That's just the basic attack. I'm not sure what was subtracted. I guess nothing. I'm not sure.
You got we'll go with 2 hits because you're taking a -3 due to range. And I just dropped off the last 3 die.
That makes sense. All right, sounds good.
Factors in the -5 for the burst, which overrides the sort of +3 to the dice pool for the moving vehicle. So he'd have a -2 without factoring in any other modifiers to defense.
Right, so it's his reaction -2, and that's it, right? He doesn't get anything else to ranged.
Not. Unless he wants to use full defense, but that's gonna make it awkward to drive the fucking vehicle.
So 1 hit added to your 5 damage, so 6 damage.
He got that's 3 hits extra that the drone got, which would increase 5p to what, 8p?
Remember, minusing 2 hits from that because of the -3.
Right, yeah. I only really got 2 hits now.
Because he's taking a -3 due to range.
And I just forgot about that. I forgot how it was calculated, right? In that case, yeah, it'd just be a straight up 5p hit.
And it's if the damage has to exceed his armor, right? Otherwise it's stun.
I believe that's right.
It's that die pool right? 9 dice. 70. Yeah, that die pool's right. Yeah, he just got really lucky on his soak roll. And then the Doberman does the same exact thing.
Right.
Is it firing the same type of weapon?
It is firing actually the Ingram White Knight, the one you had on those other drones in the warehouse.
I forget what that was. Is that an SMG? SMG?
It's a light machine gun.
Easily within short range. Machine gun has a range of up to 75 meters.
Yep, that's within short range, so it's taking no minuses.
All right.
You firing your light machine gun in here.
What's that? It's gonna be loud.
What mode were you firing your light machine gun in?
Wide long burst.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't get anything to his dodge after all the minuses are subtracted, so that's just his soak.
Damage does an Ingram White... Oh, does 6p, which means after the hits it deals 10p. So with 2 soak, that would be 8p?
Yeah, you shot him to... Oh, very badly.
Turns out that in Shadowrun, damage hurts.
It hurts.
Suppose he loses control of the vehicle.
That's what Coyote would be intending. That's why he had it set to always go for the driver if possible.